Hey, Greg.
Hey, Tim.
How's it going?
Much better.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Took care of all the business.
Gotta do it.
So we kind of left off with the list of things we forgot from the 80s.
Excellent.
So thought we'd come back to it and see what else we can find.
Finish it off?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Sounds good. So unlike the bikes of today that are, very shin conscious, pedals are not going to tear the flesh off. The bear claw metal teeth pedals, my shins would never be the same.
In the summertime when you didn't have, it's not like you had pants on, you just had, maybe you had those really high socks with the stripes on them.
Yeah.
But
that would just catch the blood.
Oh my God. If your foot slipped off and it spun around and hit you, it was like seeing stars.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You could be like mid, yelling, screaming about something. It would take your breath away. You'd just be like, I'm going to need a minute. I'm okay. No, I'm not. Mom.
Oh, they hurt so bad.
Yeah. And what's funny is like there were variations on these where sort of the standard ones, they were smaller teeth.
Okay.
And then I remember my brother got a pair that were truly called bear traps. And they were larger, they were rounder, and the teeth on them they had to be a half an inch, just these massive teeth. It's insane.
Were pedals slipping off that much of a problem that we had to risk bodily injury for?
It's like a badge of courage.
Yeah. Or those when you were younger. Do you remember the pedals that have the straps?
Oh yeah.
On them.
Uh-huh.
I guess keeping your feet on the pedals was a problem at some point, but yeah.
Well, and this is just when I first started mountain biking, I would just use regular pedals, and then eventually I was sort of mocked for not having actual clip-in pedals for your shoes, clip onto the pedals. And when I first got them, I was sort of pedaling around in front of my house, and I stopped, and I was like, oh no, I don't know how to clip out. And I just tipped over. Kind of fell into a car. Like, you got to turn your foot. You got to clip out. All right.
It would have been great if you just kept pedaling. Still to this day.
26 years later. I don't know how to get off. My legs are in fantastic shape.
Oh, I remember the Snorks.
Yeah.
They were a Saturday morning cartoon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Underwater Smurfs.
Yeah, pretty much. How can we capitalize on the Smurfs?
That's right. So there was a logo that was on a lot of VHS tapes, the FHE logo.
Yeah.
Do you remember this? Family Home Entertainment.
I'm trying to remember what it would have been on that maybe I feel like something like the Littles. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to do a little digging to see what movies or shows the Family Home Entertainment brand was associated with.
Definitely Inspector Gadget.
Yeah. Yeah, but seeing that animation, I definitely
it's
remember
totally
it.
FHE, the red, blue, yellow letters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On the classic like elementary school lined paper.
Yeah.
Penmanship's pretty good. It's a little off.
Yeah, it's average at best. The adapter. It's a TV game computer switch that we used for Atari, right? You'd have the Atari hooked up to one end, and then it would hook up to your the clips. This is so old school, right? It was you unscrewed the screws just a little bit, and you slit the prongs underneath the end, and then you tightened it. Yeah. And then if you wanted to switch between your TV or your Atari, you switched. And it was just a little black thing you move up and down.
Yeah. And it's funny, like that. I guess there were enough people that still had TVs that were old enough that they were running on antennas that they had to create this so that your Nintendo or whatever or Atari, you could actually connect it through a coaxial cable.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that must have been Nintendo. Yeah, because Atari was just
Yeah.
But yeah, I know there's at least one or two of those floating around down here in a bin, and
very cool.
Yeah, it's essential.
Oh yeah. Some wild stuff here. I don't know though.
All right, so this I remember the glass cabinet that the stereo was in.
Oh yeah.
I remember we had one that it was like, and I think a lot of them were this way, that the magnet would sort of grab it and you'd have to sort of push it to release it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And inevitably, there's that fear of like, did you push a little too hard and you're going to break that glass? But
yeah,
I don't know. Ours never broke. I don't know. I think it was like really good tempered glass. But as a kid, I was just like afraid that like if I shatter this, I'm so dead.
So dead. That's a nice stereo here that they got. It's a Sony. It's got an equalizer. It's got a tape deck. Is that a DVD player down there? Or no, not. I'm seeing a CD. I think it's a CD player.
Yeah, this is a slightly newer.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got your turntable on the top, your EQ, your tape deck.
Now, if you saw that at a house party, you knew it was going to be bumping.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be some Neil Diamond playing.
Oh, yeah.
What else is on here? Yeah, we've talked about these before.
Shrinky Dinks.
Yeah, Shrinky Dinks. And I think I might have mentioned to you that I found some Mr. T Shrinky Dinks still in the packaging, so we're gonna have to do a
totally got to do that.
Where we
absolutely
stink up the house with some burnt plastic Shrinky Dink.
Now this next, remember I told you how much I love the Kawasaki on chips. This might have been the toy I had.
I think I had one of these too, and I think they were like the kind that you would like pull back, they maybe had the ripcord. Do you remember those too?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Highway Patrol.
It was robbed, and in case you didn't listen to that episode, we did a NCAA bracket style of all the best cars of the vehicles of the 80s, and the Kawasaki Chips motorcycle didn't make it.
No, it didn't. It was up against some stiff competition.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, the Wild Strawberry Bubblicious gum.
Oh, so good.
It was like pure. It was like it was injected into your veins. It was so sugary.
So good, the Bubblicious.
Yeah. I feel like Cracker Barrel, you might still be able to get some of this.
Okay.
I'm going to have to check. I love it. What's funny is, like so many of the gums from back then, the flavor lasted all of 7 seconds. Yeah. But for those 7 seconds, you were like, you're high. It was so strong.
We used to take the gum and put it in the fridge.
Okay.
And then it would like, you would almost kind of like suck on it like candy for a few moments. And then you would bite into it. I still remember the cold feeling of that was so good.
I don't think we ever did that. I know we did that with candy bars every once in a while. Or I think it was more when we'd go to the public pool. They would keep the candy in like the fridge. So you'd have like 2 seconds before it completely melted in your hand when you got it from the concessions when it's 90 degrees out. But
I would contend the only gum better than the Bubblicious was the Big League Chew. I mean, you would the grape, you would take like as much as you possibly could and just wad it in your mouth, and you start drooling. It was majestic.
Yeah,
and they still do make the Big League.
Oh yeah. Well, and Jack plays baseball, so he's and not this year so much, but there for a while. Like every year, it'd be like, well, I need a new bat, I need a new glove, I need 17 packs of Big League Chew, which the sporting goods stores are fantastic for having it right as you're checking out.
Yes, of course.
All right.
And those 17 packs lasted all of like the first game of the season because he'd give it to his buddies.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
What else here?
Oh, these are the best. The glasses, like these aren't the particular ones that I had. These are the Welch's glasses, but everybody has those glasses from, I think it was McDonald's of Garfield.
Yeah.
Right? Like my parents still have them in their cupboard. I'm gonna bring one next time, and we'll take a few photos, or I'll take them there. And like they lasted forever. And I know there's some other really cool Star Wars ones, but I didn't have any of those. Did you guys collect any of those?
I think we had the Peanuts ones that it was Charlie Brown and Linus and Lucy. I'm pretty sure we had those. And then I know we had some of the McDonald's ones.
Oh, there they are. Oh, okay.
I don't know. They're probably my mom probably has them somewhere in a bin somewhere, but I know we had a bunch of these. And I feel like it was pretty pervasive. Like you went to anybody's house and they'd have the plastic, like green, orange, yellow, either, I don't know if that was Pyrex or Tupperware glasses, and then a whole handful of McDonald's. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I kind of remember this, that there was Le Tigre. It was sort of the polo for kids.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that.
And I think probably Granimals was somehow involved in this, but you'd have your little polo shirt with your little tiger
on it. Yeah. I totally had at least one shirt like that. That is so funny.
Yeah. Always wild striped colors and stuff like that with a white collar.
White collar. Looking sharp.
Yeah.
Bracelet pens. I do remember those. I would just steal it from the girl next to me in class.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the few things. I don't think I had one of those, but yeah, I know there was a few girls that had them. This is sort of anybody who grew up in this time knows that experience of getting the crappy Halloween costume that had the really sharp plastic mask that only covered the first inch of your face, and then the large plastic bag that had graphics. Yeah.
Oh, and that mask would crack within like a minute.
Yeah. Or the rubber, the strap would come loose. Mm-hmm. You'd be trying to bend the staple back on to hold it. And it would get so hot. You'd just be like, sweat, can't breathe. So
good times.
I don't know if this should be on things you forgot from the 80s, though, because nobody forgets that. Yeah, that experience lives with you forever.
We talked about that. Yeah. The train from Silver Spoons, that opening scene, and the dad's riding it with the kid. You're like, I want that. Yeah. I want to be wealthy.
Yeah, I think if you do hit the Powerball one day and you have your what are you going to put up? A Roy Rogers in the back? You're going to have to put
in the back.
A train takes you from the house to the Roy Rogers.
Go to the.
I'm seeing this all come together, Greg.
I just need to hit the lottery. That's all it needs to happen.
It's going to be like a carnival, like Rick. Now this I did not remember. The McDonald's clothing line, the McKids clothing line. Do you remember this?
No, I do not. They were found exclusively at Sears. So
get yourself some Tough Skins and a McDonald's sweatshirt.
Corduroy pants that don't bend.
You can slide on those knees all you want. Your knees will get bloody, but the knees of the pants will survive.
Yes. I hated corduroys.
There was a movie, I think it was in the 90s, where the guy's walking real fast and his friend's like, you should slow down. You're going to start a fire. Flash bulbs in cameras.
Yeah. The flash stick that would connect to the top.
Yeah.
And if you accidentally wasted one, your dad would get so pissed. What are you doing playing with that? Do you remember this one? Airwick Magic Mushrooms? There was a little mushroom you'd plug in.
Oh, yeah.
So 70s inspired, right?
Yeah. I don't think we had them at my house, but I do remember being at some people's houses for like a birthday party or something, and you'd see the little mini mushroom.
So number 63, I totally remember this. The Hanna-Barbera logo.
Oh, yeah.
The swish with the star in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew something good was about to happen when that logo pops up.
Do you remember on those lines, we, it was maybe a little bit later, but the USA Today Cartoon Express, and they would play like hours of cartoons of like the old classic, what was that, Dune Buggy that would talk?
Oh, yeah.
And Magilla Gorilla and all of those. It was great.
Yeah. Captain Caveman, I feel like.
Captain Caveman, yep. Yeah. Oh, the Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great.
Good stuff.
Oh, this was one, I think it was it Memorex or Maxell that had the guy sitting in the chair with the hair blowing back. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. I thought it wasn't THX. Which is funny because Jackass did the kind of the spoof on this with the jet airplane. Yeah. That's how classic and iconic that Blown Away poster was.
Speaking of that, did you see the one recently where they were all playing band instruments and trying to like walk and get so messed up?
They got so destroyed. I think one of them got really, really hurt.
Yeah.
Like leg or arm or something.
It was something pretty serious.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. What else?
We got here some Walt Disney books, which I totally remember.
Yeah.
They're just like educational books, nothing super special.
Yeah. Hoot-Bot. You remember the Hoot-Bot?
No. What the heck is a Hoot-Bot?
It looks somewhat familiar. but I don't remember it. It was a small little white robot with green owl sort of looking eyes.
The 80s were fascinated with robots.
Yeah.
Did it do? I wonder what it. We got to see if we could find one on eBay. Maybe.
Hoot-Bot.
It looks like it can move. Maybe are those wheels?
It looks like the robot that would move exceedingly slow and do absolutely nothing except like light up his eyes.
I mean, it's supposed to look like an owl, right? The Hoot-Bot.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, hoot hoot, haha. real clever people. But I do not remember the Hoot-Bot at all.
Yeah.
Kind of. Oh my gosh, this one. I see this list. You're right. I mean, we've been living in the 80s. We love the 80s. But number 74 is the bitchy Tootsie Roll Pop owl. I mean, that's kind of harsh, but how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop?
Yeah.
3.
But not unlike, I feel like everybody elementary school had at least one teacher who was like exceedingly sarcastic and mean, and that owl sort of encapsulated that.
I did see. I'm Googling this. All right, so somebody actually did a test to see how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop, and they came up with an average. So let me just do some math in my head because they gave a range, and I want the dead middle. So that's 27, so that's 20. So let's say, okay, how many licks would you say it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop?
I'm going to go with a sub 100. I'm going to say 97 licks.
Wow. You must have like a massive tongue. Because according to the research at Purdue University, using a licking machine, it takes an average between 365 and okay, wait a minute. So that's Purdue said it was 365. Apparently one study was not enough. They needed some more government funding to find out if this was true. So then the University of Michigan did another study with their licking machine, and they said it took 412 licks. So between 365 and 412.
Wow.
Yeah.
So 97, you're not even really cracking the first lick.
Not even close.
That's so funny. It's staggering to think that there was actual studies done.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we totally had that.
Yes, the classic tan dustbuster. Now, I'd be curious to do a little research and inquire how many people actually mounted the charging port on the wall or just had it like laying on the floor and you'd like wrestle with it to unclick it. And then...
Yeah. I wonder why I guess maybe like considering the motif of the 80s, I guess the dark brown base and the light brown dustbuster kind of fit in with most people's living rooms.
Yeah. If you've got wood paneling, you're going to need a brown dustbuster. But brown was pervasive. Like,
yeah,
we had an orange Volkswagen bus that my parents painted brown. We had two brown International Scouts. We had a brown Toyota Celica. The Buick Estate wagon was tan and brown. There was a lot of brown cars.
That is so funny.
Brown was everywhere. It's like a UPS commercial.
What can brown do for you?
Yeah. And we had some paneling, I think. Yeah.
Oh, my whole downstairs was paneling.
Yeah, we had paneling. And orange. I feel like there's a lot of orange and brown paired together.
We didn't have orange, but there's definitely brown carpet, brown the wood paneling on the walls. The yellow. I think our house was yellow with brown shutters. Like it was a thing.
Yeah, there's some real marketing back then to make brown cool,
right?
I kind of remember these. I think my brother had these. They were sheets that had like a check pattern, but then all these like 80s inspired graphics on them, like a blue square,
primary color,
a yellow triangle, some swirly lines. I feel like there were stores at the mall that had like this exact pattern.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. That's Incredible. Do you remember that show?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Yeah. We weren't a huge fan in our household of That's Incredible.
Yeah. I remember watching it, but I can't say there's a specific episode that I remember.
I remember what was the one that had the skull? Believe it or not.
Ripley's.
Yeah. We watched that one more than That's Incredible. Yeah.
I feel like Ripley's, and Fantasy Island were two shows that I remember watching but feeling slightly scared and uncomfortable the entire time. Like, what are they going to show that this is going to make me feel scared? Oh, this is funny. Do you remember salad bars at fast food restaurants?
Absolutely. Yeah.
The Burger King salad bar.
Didn't Wendy's have a killer one?
I think Wendy's was probably promoting it more than any of the others, because I do remember them having like a big production around their salad bar. But even for a while, Pizza Hut had a pretty turbo salad bar. Yeah. I think it's funny. My sister, whenever we would go somewhere, there was a salad bar, and it was included. My sister would get chow mein noodles.
Oh, yeah.
And Jell-O. And nothing related to a salad. No. It was always the other stuff. Yeah. I feel like some of them had chocolate pudding, too, in the salad bar. Like cottage cheese, chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
Red Jell-O. Croutons. Chow mein noodles.
When the kids were little and when we went out to eat, one person would always get the salad bar. And then go get like little snacks to keep the kids busy, like saltines and cottage cheese and things like that while we're waiting for the food.
That's too funny. Now, I don't remember this. A movie called The Peanut Butter Solution. Do you remember that?
Not at all.
Yeah. The graphic we're looking at, they're painting peanut butter on this kid's head.
Shaved head.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember that one
Not at all. Yeah. Is this list from England or something? We knew this one. The Dragon's Lair arcade game, the cabinet, which was like watching a cartoon that you got to control, but you couldn't last more than 30 damn seconds on this.
And if you were given $3 to go to the arcade, you would make your selections, with your quarter for each game, and then you'd be like, oh, am I going to burn a whole dollar to play 30 seconds of Dragon's Lair?
And yes, I am.
Yes. Yes, I am.
It's just the coolest.
Yeah. It's funny too, like not that I'm going to blow that kind of money now, but I thought, well, what would it cost to actually get a Dragon's Lair cabinet? You can't even find them.
No.
Like anyone who found one before it became like, we're at the age where everyone's just nostalgic and trying to find stuff like that. If you can, they're insanely expensive. So then I'm like, well, I'll just build my own cabinet and find the game, download it, plug it in, and just make my own.
Hey, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Isn't that what my buddy Jeff's doing?
Yeah. I think he did. Was it Donkey Kong? I think
so, yeah.
A little Raspberry Pi. Now, this one I definitely remember. Do you remember Varnet t-shirts?
I didn't have one, but I remember people wearing them. Yeah.
I think my dad had one.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a summer where my dad had remember Jams? The shorts that were super bright.
Yes.
He had a pair of pink Jams. I'm pretty sure it was the pink V Varnet on an orange background with the green and blue circles. I'm pretty sure he had that exact shirt with a pair of pink Jams.
Your dad was so cool. Yeah. He still is. I still love talking to your dad.
He's like Tom Selleck, man. He's killing it.
Tom Selleck with the stash? Yeah.
All he needed was a Ferrari.
Now, this next one is a playground, like a hexagon. What would you call it?
I think they call these bucky balls. Like if it was the full sphere.
Okay.
That shape with the triangles, made into these 6-piece sections.
Yeah.
I think that shape is called a bucky ball.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong.
Did you have one on your playground when you were a kid?
I don't know if it was at our school, but I know there was a playground somewhere that we would go to that had one of these. Yeah.
We had one of these, and I think I grew up in a weird place because we would literally we created it like the Thunderdome and we would have fights, battles, and all the kids would hang out so the people the what do you call the monitors couldn't see what was going on, and you're wrestling and battling on the inside. It was crazy.
That's so funny. Yeah, I don't think ours ever got to that level, but that's pretty awesome.
We were a little weird in New Jersey.
Let's see, is there anything else here? Jerry O'Connell on My Secret Identity. I do remember that show.
No, not ringing any bells.
He was sort of he had superpowers. I feel like it was on Sunday afternoon or something like that. Okay. Mildly entertaining.
And he's definitely well past the Stand By Me chubby kid phase at this point. Oh, the Sweet Pickles van. I remember that.
Yeah.
I actually saw that commercial on something on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a little trip
One
down
of those
memory
core
lane.
memories
Yeah,
unlocked,
like, oh my gosh. Yeah, the pickles van that would deliver you books or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Morris the cat. I remember Morris the cat. Yeah.
I wonder how many Morrises there were over the course of that commercial series. I remember that Spuds McKenzie. There was a bunch of different Spuds McKenzies.
Yes. Yeah. Well, those dogs apparently don't live very long because of like congenital issues.
Yeah.
I forget the name. What breed they are.
I think it's a bull terrier, but like a specific kind of bull terrier.
Yeah.
Remember change purses?
They were like always hard plastic.
Yeah.
And like get 35 cents in there.
I had a couple of the ones that were the squeeze kind.
Yes. Where you like popped them open.
Yeah, it's like rubber.
Yeah. And again, you couldn't get a lot of change in those things.
No. Remember kangaroos, the shoes that had the zippers?
Yes.
There were a few days I put my lunch money in there, and I was panicking because I couldn't get the lunch money out of the little pocket. I'd take my shoe off and like bend the shoe to get the zipper to open. It's ridiculous.
Number 97 we talked about in our Toys We Never Got episode. It was the Snoopy snow cone machine, which I don't know why, but I never got.
Well, I did confirm my sister did have one. So there still is a Snoopy snow cone machine up at my parents' house.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll have to make Snoopy snow cones one day.
Yeah. The classic 80s alarm clock.
Yeah.
I think GE was one of the
dominant force.
Yeah. Sanyo, I think, also was a little bit of that game.
Yeah, I mean, that literally is the alarm clock my parents had.
Yeah. I think they cornered the market. They had a monopoly. It's like one of these two models. That's all you get.
They went with brown, so that was smart.
Of course. Yes, got to have some wood paneling on your alarm clock. Yeah, that pretty much wraps it up.
It was a nice long list. We talked about some of them, and others were pretty new, right?
Yeah. Some good memories. I pulled back some stuff that I hadn't thought about in a long time.
Cool. Well, that was a good find.
Yeah. Cool.
Can't get enough Latch-Key Dad content? Well, check out latchkeydads.com.
That's right, Greg. On our website, we've got a plethora of photos from each episode, as well as other interesting links to content that we talk about on the show.
Yeah, Tim, I really enjoy all the pictures that you put up there, as they really bring the episode home.
Yeah, I guess I'm not afraid to show those embarrassing photos of my childhood. So, we encourage you to check out the website, latchkeydads.com, for all that content.
Excellent. And if you have a moment, check out our shop page where we've got really cool keychains for sale. If you don't know what to get your dad for Christmas, the holidays, Father's Day, birthday, check it out. It's a cool gift. Tim, did you know that listeners should like, review, and subscribe to the Latch-Key Dads podcast?
No. But now I know.
Knowing
Knowing is half the battle.